getting the party started as quickly as we can. But we did want to recognize a couple special guests and thank some special people here today. I say all that, although you did see me earlier, and maybe I want to take a long time here to prevent you from hurting yourselves from watching me dance. As Jeff and David talked about earlier, Boo and I met when I decided to become a big brother through Big Brothers Big Sisters. And I like to joke that Boo literally interviewed me and checked my background before she ever agreed to date me. Apparently I passed. And obviously that interview was a very important moment in my life because it led to my wife. But it was more than that as well, because it also led to giving me a brother. And this experience of being a big brother has been really important to me, and one that I've really enjoyed and really meant a lot for me. And it's been something that I really recommend to everyone in this room, if they have an opportunity to do it, to really try it. It's been a really cool experience for me to not only see my little brother grow as a person and to move on in his life, but also the companionship that has gained me. So if you haven't had a chance yet, I highly recommend that you get to know Connor. He's a great kid. He's got a great life ahead of him. Hey, Con Man, give me some, baby. Two other special guests that I'd like to recognize are very important tonight, and their presence is very much being felt tonight, even if you can't see them. As many of you know, I was very close to my grandparents on my mother's side. And in planning this wedding, nothing was harder in knowing that they weren't going to be here. But knowing that my grandfather, who I called Banco, got to meet Boo shortly before he died, gives me a lot of comfort. And also, nothing, I think all of you that knew my grandmother, Gammy, would have known that she would have loved Boo. So both of those things give me a lot of peace today. I know that somewhere they're having a reception and having a great time. In honor of my grandparents, I'm wearing Banco's cufflinks. And for those of you who knew my grandfather, he wasn't the sort of guy who wore cufflinks. So these are fishing rods. So for those of you that knew him, that would be very, very apropos. Moving on to our thanks, I'd like to thank everyone who came out, especially those who flew to visit us. I know it's a long trip. Sacramento is not exactly the most sexy place in the world to come and visit, especially when it's raining like it's been the last few days. So thank you for coming. We really appreciate it. To Boo's parents, you have a beautiful daughter. I'm very lucky that you've welcomed me into your home and into your family, and I couldn't be more grateful for the love and support you've given me. I'm going to try Vietnamese here. Gam Mong. Thank you. I'd also like to give a hearty thanks to our officiant, Ed Howard. Ed and I met through the Capitol. As many of you know, I work as a reporter on the Capitol, and Ed is a lobbyist. And normally, lobbyists and reporters don't mix. Ed, on the other hand, lobbies for foster kids and open government. He's a journalist in my book any day. Ed is also the kind of guy I'd like to be when I grow up someday. And he had a beautiful service today, and we really appreciate it. Thank you for all you do. To our very beautiful bridesmaids, I'm going to try and get this right. Patty, Monica, Joe, Tiffany, and Linda, of course. I'm so grateful that Boo has so many people in her life that support her and love her and take good care of her. These 5 women put on a great bridal shower for Boo, wonderful bachelorette party. Thank you so much. To my groomsmen and my brothers-in-laws now, Son and David, thank you for welcoming me into the family. I'm excited to have 2 new brothers. Once again, my little brothers are bigger than me. To my 2 best men, Jeff and David. When it came time for us to plan this wedding, there's no way I could have chosen between the 2 of you. Jeff's my best friend, David's my oldest friend. I've never had a lot of friends in my life, but I'm lucky to have both of you. Thank you. And finally, I'd like to thank my parents. This day couldn't happen without my parents' support. But that's not all I want to thank you for. Not everybody gets a stage like this in life, and I want to take advantage of it. As many of you know, I was adopted as an infant, and there was a moment in my life where I could have ended up anywhere. But fate and fortune led me to you two. And that's been the greatest gift of my life. I'm grateful for the love, support, kindness, and late night telephone calls, counseling, tied shoes. I'm grateful for all that you've done for me. I've often said in my life that I'd be a success. I was just more like my mom and dad. And going forward, I'll know that our marriage is a success if it's like yours. We love you so much. Thank you. And with that, you can watch me make a fool of myself. Thank you.